Hello, Miami. I'm Michelle. Ready for some yoga? Today's class will be for all levels, Vinyasa Energizing Flow. So, if you're ready, we're going to get started in a child's pose at the back of your mat. Bringing your big toes together to touch. And take this time to honor where you're at in your body and open up your knees to a width that feels comfortable and relaxing. Because before we begin our practice, we want to stop everything else around us. So nestle your belly and your rib cage between your thighs. Bring your forehead to the mat or a block or a book if you have it. Hands in front of you or alongside your body. And then we'll use these next few moments to hit the pause button on wherever it is we just came from or life in general. And use this next hour to hit the play button on our breathing, on our movements, and our breath. Linking our breath to our movements to energize us throughout the rest of today. In yoga, we have a breath that we use. It's called Ujjayi breathing. Breathing in and out of your nose, creating ocean-like sounds in the back of your throat. Breathing in deeply, creating length and expansion. Exhaling out a little longer and slower, contracting the front body and creating this sense of tightness as if you are wearing a corset around your waist. When you're ready, we're just going to reach with our hands out in front of us, creating a little more space around the waist and the side body. Relax areas like your face, your jaw, your head, neck, and shoulders. And the most important part of the practice is your breath. So if you find you're focusing more on a pose, back out of the pose and focus more on your breathing. On your next inhale, lift up your torso and walk your hands over to the right, creating a really big stretch on the left side of your body. So for just a moment, visualize your left hip and your left rib moving in opposite directions as you inhale and exhale. Try to breathe a little bigger and deeper and a little slower each time. Exhale all the way to empty. And then let your next inhale lift up your torso and walk your hands to the other side, waking up the right side of your body. So as you stretch with your right fingertips to the left, just slightly feel your right hip getting a little heavier to the right. Turn your gaze behind the eyes to follow every little bit of your breath, making it so the breath is the most interesting thing about these poses. Exhale all the way to empty. Inhale your way back to center And this is where we usually set an affirmation or an intention. And we set that so if we get pulled away from our breath, we can remind ourselves with that affirmation to breathe and to stay centered and present. And then when you're ready, you'll lift up to all fours. Spread your fingers wide. Move your shoulders over the wrists, so wrists line up underneath the shoulders. The inside of your elbows face forward and the triceps wrap back. Hips directly over your knees and the tops of your feet down. We'll start to wave our spine in cat-cows. Inhale, let the belly go. Lift your gaze, lift your tail, and feel your shoulders tracking back by your hips, broadening the collarbones, opening up the chest. As you exhale, feel the earth beneath your hands, shins, and feet, and push away. Round and curl the back body and hollow out your front body. Inhale, let the belly go, lift your gaze. If you want to move faster, slower, go ahead and do that. I like to take a little pause at the top of my inhale. And on the exhale, I like to take a longer pause here, eliminating all the stale air, cleansing my internal organs. Inhale, a few more rounds on your own. Maybe this time you pick up your feet and tuck your toes. From your cat-cows, we'll circle around our mat organically, more passive, and more to just explore the missed parts. As you come forward, getting into the wrist, and as you move from side to side, getting the hips in the IT band, and as you go back, getting into the feet. Reverse your direction when your heart comes back to the top of the mat. Movement and breath are one. That's what vinyasa means. Bring it back to neutral. Lift your low belly. Wrap your ribs in. Dial your fingertips back towards your knees, and your hands might not go all the way back, but only dial in as much as you can handle, and wherever you can go, and breathe effortlessly. If you can't breathe fully and completely, it means you're in the pose too much. You need to back off just a little. Feel free to explore some movement or just cultivate stillness, activating your Mula Bandha, the space between your sit bones, your sphincter muscle. At the beginning of the inhale, pull that in and up. Guide the breath all the way up to the chest and across the collarbones. As you exhale, wrap your ribs in, that corset sensation. Bring your knees together, bring your ankles together, and lean back into your feet, picking up your hands and then reaching back for your little pinky toe. On an inhale, sweep your arms up, biceps by your ears. Make a fist with your hands, thumb on the outside. Open and close your hands for 10. Move as fast as you can. 9, taking the attention off of your feet and toes. You can do it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your thumb in, wrap your fingers around your thumb, and roll around your wrists. Start to soften in the elbows. So we talked about our Ujjayi breathing and our bandhas. Now your dristi, your focal point. Reverse your circle. So where you fix your gaze, it's going to help you with stability and help you keep from the activity in the mind. On your next inhale, sweep the arms up, lift your gaze. Be mindful, keep pulling your low belly back to support your spine. As you exhale, cactus your elbows. The elbows bend and draw towards each other as the shoulder blades kiss and draw down towards the waist. Inhale with the arms up and hands back down. Pick up your feet. You can give it a little tap. You can roll around your ankles or just sit with that sensation. Breathe, bandhas, and your dristi, your focus. On your next inhale, we're going to flip the right palm up. Give the right fingers a little wiggle. Make a fist. And then we'll do 3 arm circles. As we inhale, sit back on top of your heels, sweep your arm to the back of the mat and up. And as you exhale, lift out of the hips, reach the right arm forward and down. Let your breaths just roll right into each other. Send the gaze to the palm of your right hand. That'll help keep tension out of your neck. Reverse your direction. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, down and forward. Warming up the shoulders, getting synovial fluid surging through those joints. The next time your right hand reaches up, pause, push down with your left hand to reach with the right, and on an exhale, thread the needle through the hole. Your right ear comes down, your left hand is down. Press down with your left hand to twist a little and gaze up towards your left shoulder. Stay there or stretch with your left fingertips to the top of your mat. Stay there or lift the left arm up or go for a bind. Left hand palm up on the back. All these are just options to take or avoid. Lift the left leg is an option. One more breath in whatever shape you chose. And then we transition out with an inhale. Left hand down. If your left leg is up, keep it up. Reach your right arm forward, left leg back, balancing table. Inhale. Exhale, round and curl. Your right elbow comes to the right hip. Your left knee comes to the left tricep. Inhale, stretch and reach. Don't collapse in your low back. Keep lifting the belly. Exhale, round and curl. A big stomach crunch here. Inhale, we only do 3, so make them count. Exhale, it's your last one. On your next inhale, we'll reach out and sweep the right hand back for the left foot or ankle. Kick into the hand with the foot and lift the gaze up for 3, 2, 1. From here, modified side plank. Right hand down, wrist under the shoulder, right foot to the right off the mat like a kickstand. Left foot kicks out. Push away. Try not to sink in your hips. Stretch with your left bicep by your ear. Option to lower your left foot down. Option to lift your right knee. Option to move the right knee to the center of the body, and another option to kick it out to the ground or hovering above the earth. We're gonna slowly make our way back to a 3-point tabletop. Left hand comes down, right knee is down, left leg is up, and then left foot down. Don't move your hands, look at your hands. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Make sure your index fingers are facing forward. Slide the left foot forward, shoulders over the wrists, and then on an inhale, a 3-legged dog. Your right leg lifts, scissor hug your inner thighs. On an exhale, round and curl, bring the right thigh to your belly, maybe knee to nose or forehead. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Option to slide the knee to the wrist and up. Option to fly. Option to hold. 3, 2, inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Option, slide, fly, or hold. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bring the right knee to the belly again, or nose, or forehead. Look between your hands and step your right foot all the way up. Lower your left knee. Make sure your right knee is over the ankle. Top of the back foot comes down. Arms sweep forward and up. Interlace your first 3 fingers. Extend index fingers and your thumbs. Ground down with your right big toe, shaving the outer right hip back and inner spiraling your left knee and hugging it forward. Isometrically pulling those 2 points together so you feel where you're supposed to be in this pose. Hamstring, glutes. Inhale, lift the belly, lift your gaze. Find a little back bend. On an exhale, cactus your elbows. On an inhale, reach your arms up. Start to straighten out your right leg the best you can. Float your hands to either side of the foot. Inhale, isometrically pull right heel back, left knee forward. Firm up the right thigh. This way you're feeling it where you're supposed to, in the back of the right leg. If your belly's on top of your thigh, take it off. If you want a little more, move your right toes to the right and move your left foot to the left. And then maybe the hands to the right. Keep your right toes coming in. Keep your right leg straight. If the right knee bent, maybe don't take the hands. Slowly making our way back. Bend the right knee. Tuck your back toes and lift the knee. Step with your right foot back to a high plank pose. We'll hold it here. Fine tune the pose. Shoulders over wrists or a little over the fingertips. Wrap the elbows in, squeezing the forearms and upper arm bones in towards each other to activate the pectoral muscles. Draw the flesh of your sit bones towards your heels as you zip the pubic bone up towards your navel center. Firm the thighs. On the next inhale, shift the weight over your wrist. Wrap the elbows in, lower halfway. with the knees on the ground. Tops of the feet come down. Inhale, pull it through. Find elliptic cobra. Find breath here. This pose is to help you make space out of the low back. So if you're sinking in it, pull the belly in, pull the shoulders back. Press down with your toes. One more inhale. Energetically pulling the hands back towards your toes, toes up to your hands. On an exhale, lift your hips, toes together, back to your child's pose, also known as your resting pose, to take a break whenever you need it. On your next inhale, we'll lift back up to all fours and we'll find a few more circles to the right. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, reverse. Noticing a little more freedom in your hips, maybe your low back already releasing tension. Good. Bring it back to center and then we'll flip the left palm up. Give your fingers a wiggle and try to get your whole wrist down. This is not a wrist stretch. This is. And then we'll go for our 3 circles. Sit back to the heels, sweep the arm back and up, gaze into the left palm, exhale, forward and down. Inhale, back and up, exhale, forward and down. Inhale and exhale, reverse. Inhale, left arm up and back, exhale, down and forward. Inhale and exhale. Last time, inhale, exhale. The next time your hand goes up, pause, push down with your right, breathe in as much as you can, and on the exhale, thread the needle through the hole. Rest your left ear down. Use your right hand to find a twist. Or right hand to stretch out in front of you. Right foot back. So many options. Right hand up. You can bind. Best to take whatever option you did on the other side. And if you fall, trust that that's part of the process. And good job. Falling means you're trying. One more breath. You'll bring your right hand down, slowly lift up, and we'll meet in balancing table. Right leg back, left arm forward. Inhale. Exhale. Elbow to hip, right knee to right elbow. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, sweep it out and back. Exhale, catch the foot, kick into the hands for 3, 2, and 1. Modified side plank. Left hand comes down. Left toes pivot to the left. Right arm lifts. Arms at 6 and 12. Right leg straight and strong. Lower your right foot. Stretch with your right bicep by your ear. Stay there or start to move into the pose the way you did on the other side. So good. Bringing it back, left knee down, 3-point tabletop. Lower the right toes. Check in with your hands, shoulder distance, preparing for downward dog. Slide the right foot forward and then inhale, lift the left leg, backing up. Exhale, round and curl, thigh to belly, knee to nose or forehead, or kiss it. Inhale, left leg lifts. And exhale, left knee, left elbow, slide, fly, or hold. Three, 2, and 1. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Slide, fly, or hold. 3, 2, and 1. Inhale. Exhale, step the left foot all the way up between your hands. Lower your right knee, untuck the toes. Check in with your left knee. Make sure it's over the ankle, not over the toes or behind the ankle. Isometrically pull your left heel and right knee towards each other to feel where you're supposed to feel in this pose, which is the hamstring and the glute on the left side. Inhale, lift up out of the low back. Exhale, cactus your elbows. Inhale, reach with the arms up as you straighten out your left leg. Fold over the left leg. Pulling back the left heel and pulling up with the right knee. Left toes up. If you went for more on the other side, right foot to the right, left toes to the left, hands to the left. And slowly bringing it back. Bending the left knee, tucking your back toes. Inhale, look forward. Put a little bend in your right knee for momentum to lift the right foot up and move right foot next to left. Separate your feet 2 fist distance and grab a hold of the opposite elbows. Sway from side to side. Soften your knees. If you're feeling a lot of sensation in the back of your legs, bend the knees as much as you need to. Shake your head no. Ends with yes. Release your hands and we'll pulsate 3 times. Inhale, wave your spine nice and long like your cow pose. On an exhale, round over the thighs like your angry cat pose. Tuck your chin to your chest. Imagine squeezing a block between your thighs so your legs come together. They don't move out. They energetically draw in. Inhale, halfway lift. Stay connected to the inner thigh muscles and not your hip joints. Exhale, fold. So if we put the weight on the outer edges of our feet, we're wearing out the hip joint. Squeeze in. Feel the low belly. One more big breath in. And this time, open up your mouth and let it all go. On your next inhale, soften your knees. Pull your belly in. And inhale, slowly rise up. Belly in, breathe. At the top, roll your shoulders a few times up and down your back. Reverse your circle, forward and down. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms up and over your head, interlacing your fingers at the top, squeezing the side of your head or your ears with your arms, maintaining that alignment. Move your hips to the right and tilt to the left. Side body stretch. Imagine a wall behind you. Keep the shoulders and hips lined up. Feel free to go deeper. Inhale. Pull the belly back. Exhale, wrap the ribs in. Inhale, back up to the top. Firm up your thighs and hips to the left. Arms tilt to the right. Steady your gaze. Conscious breathing and bandhas. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, take your hands back behind you. Interlace your fingers. Bring your right thumb over the left. Every time we interlace, it's a bind, it's a lock. So press the palms together. Take your knuckles to the right hip and bring your left ear to your left shoulder. And then bring your right ear to your right shoulder. Inhale up, knuckles towards ear. Switch the cross of your fingers. Thumb on the left thumb on the top this time. Left ear to the mat, to the shoulder. And right ear to your right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Keep the bind. Soften your knees and begin to fold over your thighs. Let your arms lift away from your tailbone. Relax your head. Relax your jaw. Squeeze that imaginary block between your inner thighs. One more breath here. On an inhale, we're going to bend the knees, lift all 10 toes, keep the bind, rise up into chair. Exhale, press the palms. Inhale, reach with the arms up. Gaze down at your knees, make sure you can see your toes. Inhale. On an exhale, open up the arms as you straighten the legs to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Soften your knees. Exhale, step back with your right foot. Inhale, rise up, high crescent. Squeeze and hug the inner thighs. Firmly ground your left big toe, shaving the outer left hip back. Firmly ground the right ball of your foot to inner spiral your right thigh forward. Inhale, find a half crescent, bringing your belly to your thigh. Find something a few inches in front of your mat to rest your gaze on. Start to sweep your arms back, lift your right leg up, warrior 3. Deep breath in, the back of the hands lift. Deep breath out. Try to ground into that inner left foot. Put a bend in your left knee, finding bird pose. Step back with your right foot. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Let your exhale follow. Open up the arms. Hands frame the left foot. Inhale, high plank pose. Exhale, low push-up, knees, chest hovers. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Coming into warrior 1 pose. Turn your left heel in a few inches where the left toes face to the top left corner of your mat. Right leg sweeps the sky. And on an exhale, your right foot steps up between your hands. On an inhale, we rise to warrior one pose. Outer edges of your feet root. Arms reach up in front of the face. The neck is long, so be mindful not to drop your head all the way back. Doing your best to get your hip bones to face forward. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus your elbows. Finding a little back bend in the upper back, so keep pulling your belly in to support your low back. Inhale, reach forward halfway. Exhale, lower your left hand, reach with your right hand to the sky. Finding your way into a twist. If it's too much on that back foot, you can pop up to your left ankle. You're going to take your right hand 12 inches in front of your right pinky toe. Keep your left hand down to start, coming into your half moon. Lift your left leg, open up the hip. Your left toes face to the left. Your right rib cage moves towards this right thigh as the left rib cage moves to the sky. Maybe bring your left hand to the hip or the sky. That left leg and your right leg are both straight and strong. Put a little bend in the right knee and step the left foot back, warrior two pose. In warrior two, your right knee aims towards your right pinky toe. So if you were to look inside the knee, you should see your right foot or even just a little bit of it. Open up, spread your wings, arms are strong, you're a warrior. That back foot is strongly rooted, energetically pulling the heels in towards each other so you feel the inner legs. Pump your warrior. Reach with the arms up. Exhale, pull it all back down. Inhale, engage your thighs, lift your belly. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Reach forward, place your right forearm down, side angle, bicep by your ear. Try not to dump all the weight in that right leg. Use the right arm to gently guide the knee open. Stay there, reach with your right hand forward. Pull the belly back. Slow on an inhale, peaceful warrior. Reach back with your right hand. Keep guiding energy forward with your right knee. Taking the left hand in front of your body. Moving the hips to the right as you reach with your right arm to the left. Bring it back up, warrior two, and straighten the leg, lift the toes. Pivot your toes in. Take your hands to your hips. Turn your heels in and your toes out. Bend the knees. Draw your tailbone down, not in, not out, but down somewhere in the middle. Cactus your elbows. Get your knees directly over your ankles to find more stability here. Spread the fingers. Get a little lower and float your heels and hold for 5, 4, 3. Keep sinking the hips but lifting the heart. Reach with your arms up on 1, lower the heels. With a flat back, come halfway down. Reach with your hands forward. Push your hips back with your feet. Look at your inner arches. Make sure they're lifting. For 5, 4, 3, 2, On one, lower your hands, lift your heels, turn your heels out. Bend your knees left and right a few times. Keep your left knee bent. Turn your left toes to the back left corner of your mat and float your right toes to the sky. Lower your hip all the way down to your left heel. Your arms are inside the legs. If your hip doesn't make it all the way down, this is when you want to sit on a block or just plop yourself down. You'll be fine. Keep this leg engaged, right foot flexed, thigh externally rotated. One more deep breath in here. You can open up, spread your wings, find a bind where the left hand grabs the right wrist to open up the right shoulder. On your next inhale, we'll lift up the hips to mosey on to the other side. So right toes to the front left corner of the mat, left toes to the sky. Close your eyes or fix your gaze on something very, very small. If you go for a bind, the right hand grabs the left wrist. Open up the chest in your gaze. Bringing the hands back down and finding our way back into a wide leg fold. Walk your fingertips out in front of you. Stretch with your hips back over your heels like a wide leg downward facing dog. Check in with your feet. Make sure all 10 toes are on the same line. Lift your belly, wrap the ribs. On your next inhale, sweep with the right arm out and up, opening up the torso to the right as much as you can. And then as you exhale, thread it through. Grab a hold of your left leg, or if you can, step on the right hand with your left foot. Draw the right elbow down and the right hip up. We're constantly working with dual actions and then maintaining some sort of balance in between. Right elbow down, right hip up. Stay there. Take your left hand to the sky or a half bind, or take your left hand and thread it through to your right foot, ankle, or leg. We're going to gently unwind, hands under the shoulders, bend your knees left and right a few times, shake your head, whatever you need to do. And then walk all 10 fingertips out again. Stretch your hips back, lift your belly, wrap your ribs. Right hand stays down, inhale, left arm lifts. Breathe in as much as you can. And as you exhale, thread it through, grab a hold of the right leg, foot or ankle, whatever you can grab is perfect. Connect to the dual actions of left elbow down and left hip up. And then whatever you did with that right hand, if you threaded it through or a bind, and gently unwind Bend your knees left and right a few times, bringing balance to the body. Bring it all the way around, back to the front of your mat. Inhale, look forward. Pick up your left foot and step it next to your right. Toes touch, bend the knees, lift the toes, and inhale, rise up to chair. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale, root to rise, toes down, knees up, thighs engaged. Find a back bend here. Energize your fingers. Imagine I'm pulling your fingers up, creating space out of your hip joints. Your tail goes down, not in, not out, but down. Inhale, bring the gaze forward, soften the knees, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale as the knees soften. Step your left foot back, lunge. Inhale, root down to rise up, crescent. Steady your gaze. Feel the feet. Use the feet to rise and to find stability. Inhale, come halfway down, belly around your right thigh. Find something to fix your gaze on. Lean forward as the arms reach back. Float your left leg up, warrior three. Left toes face down or pigeon toe your foot to keep your left thigh closed. Put a bend in your right knee, finding your bird on a perch. Lower the left foot back. Inhale, rise all the way up to crescent. Let your exhale follow it all the way back down to frame your right foot. Inhale, high plank pose. Exhale, low push-up with or without your knees. Inhale to a cobra. Track your hands back and your hips forward. On an exhale, lift your hips, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Warrior one on the left side. Turn your right heel in, right toes face to the top right corner of the mat. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step with the left foot forward. So in warrior one, your feet do not cross paths. Reach with the arms up. Pull your left hip back and your right hip forward. On an exhale, cactus your elbows. On an inhale, come halfway. On an exhale, find your awkward twist. Right hand down, left arm up. On an inhale, the left hand comes 12 inches in front of your left pinky toe. You lift your right leg up. Keep your right hand down to help you balance. Stack your right hip on top of the left. Move your left rib cage to your left thigh, left thigh. You're already in it. You don't even need to lift this hand, especially if you're new and it's already challenging enough. You can bring the right hand to the sky or hip. Both legs straight and strong. Right foot moves in one direction, the crown of the head in the other. Start to soften the left knee. Step your right foot back as gracefully as you can to warrior two pose. Stretch with your arms out. take a moment and check in with your alignment. Knee, shin, ankle, toes, all face forward. So you have to look. Sometimes people don't even realize their foot's turned in or their foot's turned out. So just notice where you're at in space. And then look at that back foot. Make sure you're rooting, you're pushing the outer edge down. 3 pumping warriors. Inhale with the arms up, zip the quads, lift the belly. Exhale, hands to heart. Warrior 2. Inhale, reach, root to rise. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale. Side angle. Inhale, reach it forward. Left forearm on the thigh, right bicep by your ear. The left thigh is just energetically moving the left knee to the left pinky toe. Stay there, reach with your left hand forward. And then rise up, find your peaceful warrior. Left arm reaches back. Imagine I'm pulling your left fingertips back and I'm pulling with your right fingertips in the opposite direction. Rise back up, warrior 2. Straighten the left leg, lift the toes and spin your toes in. Take your hands to your hips and turn your heels back in, because I can tell you really liked it on the other side. I heard all the moaning and groaning, and I like that. Bend the knees. Sink your hips a little lower. Try to get your thighs parallel to the mat. Shoulders back, belly in, tailbone down. Cactus your elbows. Stay there or lift your heels. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, lower the heels, lift with the arms. Exhale with a flat back, come halfway down. Keep moving your knees open, open. Keep lifting your arches. 5. Imagine I'm pulling your hands and someone else is pulling your hips in opposite directions, a tug of war with your beautiful body. 3, 2, 1. Hands down. Keep your feet the way they are. You might need to scoot them in a little. Take your hands to your ankles and your elbows should go right to the knees. So wiggle around until you have that. Keep your right hand where it is and sweep up with the left. Option to take the right hand to the outside of the right foot. Option to lift the right heel and grab it with your left hand. Squeeze the heel around the right leg around your right arm. Stay there. Keep your left knee bent and try kicking your right foot out to the right. Lowering slowly, having a sense of humor. Left hand to the left, right arm up. Whatever you did on the other side, if you stayed in the beautiful twist, breathe it out. If you grab the foot, right hand grabs the top of the left foot. If you have a close-up of me right now, you can see my whole body shaking. Turn your heels out, toes back in. And then yogi's choice from here. Hang heavy. Walk the hands forward or back, or maybe a headstand, or a forearm stand, or a handstand, or any other inversion. Even Tadasana, if you want to heel toe your feet shoulder width, bend the knees, take your hands like an L shape around the heels, lower your seat down, bring your feet in to touch, And maybe extend your legs out and smile. You have 5 more breaths wherever you are. So if your legs are up in the air, slowly think of your exit strategy and start to put it into place. Hands under the shoulders, bend your knees left and right. Bring it around to the left side lunge, look forward, get a little momentum. Step your right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Soften your knees, lift all 10 toes, rise to standing through your chair. At the top of your inhale, the arms are up, lift your heels. Start to bend your knees, kiss your knees together. Slowly bend the knees, lift your heels. Bend the knees, lift your heels. Bend the knees, lift your heels. Keep going. Lowering your seat to your heels. Ooh. Lowering your heels to the mat. Finding boat pose, lifting up the legs, legs bent or straight. You can use your hands to support your legs here. And then we'll take 5 pulsations. Exhale, canoe. Inhale, boat. Exhale, canoe. Inhale, boat. Exhale, canoe. Inhale, boat. 2 more. Exhale, canoe. Inhale, boat. Last one. Exhale, canoe. Inhale, boat. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Start to flex your feet. Lower. Lift up with your arms. And on an exhale, find forward fold. Reach for whatever you can grab. If you have a strap, place it around the balls of your feet to pull your shoulders back and your heart forward. Releasing tension in the back of your legs, in your low back. On your next inhale, roll yourself up and roll yourself all the way down to your backs. Take a moment in a Shavasana. Allow all our standing poses to soak into the body. From here, pigeon pose. Bend your left knee and place your right ankle on your left thigh. If you have any other version of this pose you like to play with, feel free and practice that here. I like to take my right hand and push with my right hand my thigh away from me, and then use my left hand to pull my left knee in. Another option would be to take your right hand, thread it through the hole, and reach around for the back of the left leg or the front of your left shin, as long as you don't use your shoulders. And this is a part of the practice where we linger a little longer. We let go of the muscular part of the practice and get more into the connective tissue. Relax your face and jaw. Notice how your breath flows in and out effortlessly. One more inhale. Slowly lower your left foot, lift your right leg up, roll around your ankle, reverse it, give your leg a little shake, and then place the right foot down. Left ankle on your right thigh. Same thing on the other side. So whatever you did on the right, just mirror it over here. Find your inner smile. Find your love. Find your kind eyes. Just a few more breaths. One more deep breath in. Exhale all the way to empty. And then we'll lift both legs up. Roll around your ankles. Point and flex your feet. Give the legs a little shake. And then lift your arms up. Roll around your wrists. Reverse it. Wiggle your arms, your legs, your wrists, your hands, everything. Coming into bridge pose. Feet hip bone distance apart. I like to start here where my heels touch the back of my legs and I place my feet down. Touch my toes to make sure that I'm in proper alignment. And my hands alongside my body pressing down. Take a deep breath in, let the belly drop down, and on an exhale, peel your spine off the mat, one vertebra at a time. Lift your chin off your chest, breathe in deeply, exhale out slowly. Option to interlace your fingers underneath you. Press the palms together. Notice if you're squeezing your glutes here. Try not to. Squeeze in with your feet, your shins, your knees. Stay there. Another option would be to reach your arms up and over your head. Check in, make sure you're squeezing inner legs, not your glutes. We're trying to make space in the low back. Last option would be a full wheel. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Inhale, press down in order to rise. Take a deep breath in. Notice if your feet turned out. See if you can bring them back to face forward. stay there, or on an inhale, lift your right leg up. Lower down. Left leg lifts. And lower down. Take 2 more breaths. And on your next inhale, lower all the way back down to a dead bug pose where the arms and legs are up. If you did full wheel, you're gonna feel it in your wrist. I've been practicing for 20 years and I still feel it in my wrist. Roll around the wrist, wiggle your fingers, focus on that sensation until it fades, and it will fade. They always do. Nothing lasts forever, not even the really wonderful, great things. Take your right knee and cross it over your left. Interlace your fingers and place them on either knee, whichever one feels the most comfortable. If it's possible, hook your right foot underneath your left. But if it's not, don't worry about it. Open up your arms wide like a T. Take an inhale. And on an exhale, you're gonna wrap the right elbow under your left. Take the right hand around to grab your thumb, your wrist, or hands in prayer. This hands in prayer thing took me about 10 years. I prefer the holding of my thumb or my wrist. If your elbows are rested on your chest, lift them off the chest. If your knees are into your belly, bring your knees above your hips. Take an inhale here. And on an exhale, lift up your head, neck, and shoulders. And then we'll tap the knees and elbows. Toes touch down, exhale, lift. Toes down, exhale, lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold for 5, 4. Think about your arms and legs lifting up to the sky. Lower your head. Open up your arms. Oh, that feels so good. Unhook the foot if you have it hooked. Lower your left foot down. Scoot your hips to the right. Move your knees to the left. If you already know this is going to be too deep of a twist for you, uncross your legs. Stack your right knee on top of your left. If you want more, see if you can hook your right foot behind your left. On your next inhale, lift your knees back up. Center your hips. Lift up your legs. Lift up your arms. Pause for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cross your left knee over your right. Interlace your fingers on one of the knees. If you can hook, hook. If not, don't worry about it. Open up your arms. wide like a T. Inhale. Exhale, eagle wrap your left elbow under the right. Left hand reaches around to grab whatever it can. Stay here. Lift the elbows, knees above your hips, or lift up your head, neck, and shoulders. And exhale, tap knees to elbows for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 5, 4, 3. Lift the arms, lift the legs, squeeze. Lower your head. Inhale, open up your arms. Unhook if you hooked. Right foot down. Scoot your hips to the left and move your knees to the right the same way you moved your knees to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Uncross and center your hips. Bring your knees in, lift up your head, neck, and shoulders. Give yourself a well-deserved hug. Lower your head and rock it side to side a few times. Point and flex your feet. Grab opposite wrists or elbows or somewhere in the middle, or just grab opposite knees. We'll take the feet together, knees apart, moving into our final, most important pose of the whole practice. Relax your knees, let gravity pull them apart. Relax your shoulders, arms comfortably away from the body. Create a little space between your lips. Return to normal breathing. The eyes softly close. Returning to normal breathing. Letting the breath effortlessly move in and out of the nose or mouth. Stay there for the duration of your Shavasana, or send your legs out to each corners of your mat. Letting go of any tension or stress in the body. Opening up our heart for the rest of today, no matter what life pushes forward. You have this moment of grounding, of stillness, to return back to home. Home where love is. Thank you, Miami. I hope you received what you needed. Infinite blessings and gratitude. Namaste.